DeGuzman here in the NBC4i Digital Center. It is Friday. We're going to do some hot topics inside the sports world, and with that, I bring in including Whitney and Joe Nugent. As the sports team gets back together, we have a lot to talk about, guys.
A lot of weird stuff happening.
The big story of the day: Scottie Scheffler. First off, it comes on the heels of a tragedy. A pedestrian was killed early morning, but then that led to this whole other, what I would call, like, I mean, you can't even script this episode where Scottie Scheffler gets arrested and then comes back to Valhalla, shoots a 66 like it's no big deal. Guys, we heard his press conference earlier. I wonder with Whitney, because you used to work in Louisville, can you add some context as to that road that leads into Valhalla?
It's a very interesting part of the city. So it's very far from downtown, which when I saw Scottie got arrested this morning and he was at Metro Corrections, which is downtown, I was worried about timing of him making his tee time, even when they pushed it back, because without traffic, that's like a 30-minute drive without traffic. And of course, as we all saw, there is a ton of traffic going to Valhalla. The road you go down to get there, you get off of the freeway on what would be the outer loop in Louisville, and you just keep going farther away from the city. It starts at it's like a 6-lane road when you get off the freeway, but as you get closer to Valhalla, it gets narrow, like smaller and smaller and smaller. There's no sidewalks. There's no shoulder. There really isn't places for pedestrians to walk except the grass. I mean, there are some parts out towards Muirfield Village that are somewhat similar, but that's way more of like a residential neighborhood than this. There are neighborhoods nearby, but it's not really a place that pedestrians should walk, which is why they have all those buses. And unfortunately, there was a bus that led to the tragic accident of one of the volunteer workers at about 5 a.m., just horribly, horribly sad. And that began this kind of next series of events that all goes along with the traffic and just the congestion that happens on that road. It's wild.
Quite remarkable. Joe, and of course, Whitney, what Scottie was able to do to put all that aside, do what he did. I mean, this is a guy who, I believe he's competed at the Memorial the last couple of years, right? And I don't think it's official that he...
It's not yet.
Not yet.
But I mean, let's say he does, right?
Sure.
Considering the year that he's had, like he's won the Masters, he has this, and no one really jumped on the bandwagon. I feel like this kind of changes.
He's a dad.
Yeah,
2 weeks.
I mean, wild, right? I mean, just the performance he's had today alone. I mean, what does that say about just the...
Well, I thought it was interesting when he was done. He said, yeah, I'm not really processing this. My head's still spinning, in terms of what happened today. And for him to shoot the 66, I think that's Scottie Scheffler, right? I mean, if you can do that, considering everything that happened to you, that says a lot about who he is as a golfer, because it's basically routine that he can go out despite the, adversity that he dealt with, certainly the curveball type situation, unexpected, and go out and play well. I mean, that's so interesting. And there's a bunch of people in Louisville rooting for him now. He
talked about that. Yeah. He even said that, he may not always express that he loves having the fans and the yelling and all that, but he's like, I really do enjoy it. I enjoy the crowd. And no one's ever really disliked Scottie Scheffler.
No.
He's just kind of a guy. He's very, very good at golf. But there's been nothing incredibly overwhelmingly exciting about him besides his consistent play, or negative either. Full swing on Netflix, he's just a very even keel guy. Now he's the most popular guy in golf.
The press conference was really interesting today because, of course, he can't comment on an investigation. Right. But my gosh, he talked for 10 minutes about everything else. I mean, he truly was open, and people did get an opportunity to really learn about what he was thinking, what he went through, and how he looked at it. I mean, he talked about stretching in a jail cell. We'll never forget that.
He was watching himself in a jail cell. He was watching the video on ESPN play out of him being handcuffed. Yeah. And he was just going, they pushed the tee time back. Maybe I'll make it.
It's quite remarkable. And I think, if anything, it definitely will get some eyeballs on golf, and will probably jumpstart a sport that was probably kind of feeling a little down after the whole live golf, PGA.
It's been a weird place.
Yeah, it's definitely in a weird place. So I think if anything, it's now kind of given viewers someone to root for, even though the story is so bizarre and there's still some details still to work out. Let's move on now to the NFL. Schedules came out this week. I know fans were really looking forward to that. I'm not going to go game by game. That's insane. But I guess in terms of Browns, Bengals, or really anything, does anything kind of stick out to you guys as to the schedule?
Bengals Chiefs week 2.
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
Get that one before Joe could possibly get hurt again, probably. They put it much earlier in the season this year. No, I mean, in all seriousness, yeah, we all want to see that game, right? We got cheated last year.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely excited about that. It's the Bengals schedule is interesting because they have, primetime games sprinkled throughout, which I think makes sense because we expect them to be good. Yeah. But the Browns schedule in that same way is very interesting because all of their primetime games are in the second half of the year, as if the folks running the NFL truly believe the Browns are going to be a good football team. Yeah. So I thought that was interesting. Browns fans obviously, sort of used to disappointment. So I don't think anybody's banking on that. I mean, is Deshaun Watson starting the first game? When's Nick Chubb coming back? All kinds of questions. But yeah.
You get the Tom Brady debut with this, I guess,
That's cool.
You
the Cowboys.
The Cowboys, week 1, you get the Tom Brady debut, which, boy, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it.
And I think the Bengals schedule works out really fair for Cincinnati. There aren't any big stretches where they're on the road or really any stretches where they're at home either. I mean, it's kind of back and forth. It's really balanced. So they should be in a good spot starting this year.
To plug some NBC games, I believe each team has at least one on the schedule. And by the way, of course, you can watch the kickoff to the NFL season right here on NBC4. Thursday, September 5th, we got the Ravens visiting the defending Super Bowl champions, the Chiefs, on Thursday night. So that's something to look forward to. One more thing about the schedule, interesting thing, it goes up against the CFP on December 21st. That's when the first round is scheduled for the CFP. And the NFL was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna counter program that, which I mean that kind of affects us in a way because obviously we have December 21st circled on our calendar.
Sure.
But
to have the NFL go up against it, that's interesting.
I mean, the NFL they've always been used to in December having those Saturday games. I'm just amazed there wasn't a communication between the two entities, let's face it, college football going to the NFL and saying, hey, let's work something out here. Because, we've seen NFL and college games go up against each other. Thanksgiving, there's some games. Christmas, maybe. But, those aren't playoff games. So this is going to be very interesting. And which playoff teams play that night? Or how does that work?
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be a triple header that day in college football, starting around noon or 1. Mm-hmm. The NFL's 2 games are at 1 and 4:30. So college football will have the primetime slot to themselves. So that will be huge ratings.
It's still weird.
But I read, and I don't know if this is fact or not, but there was the NFL basically asked college football to only play 2 games on that Saturday. And they said no. I mean, obviously they released their schedule that they're playing 3. So I think as somebody who likes the ratings, I'm really intrigued by this because the NFL games that they have on that day are good games. We're talking about playoff
they did that
games.
Intentionally.
Yeah. So they have good games. Obviously, the college football games, it's going to be the first weekend of the expanded playoff. People are going to be fired up about it. So it's going to be, from a TV perspective, it's going to be very interesting to see, what people watch and how many people.
You know who wins? The sports bars.
Yeah, that's true.
Multi-television entities are who's going to win that day.
Remember, when it comes to ratings, I'm reading this right now, the top 56 most watched programs of last year were NFL games. Number 57, remember what that was? Ohio State, Michigan.
Yeah.
So, I mean, no one can go wrong that weekend. All right, so just some quick notes before we go. A lot of programming coming up here on NBC4 that kind of is piquing our interest. Abby Steiner, Dublin product, competing on NBC, the LA Grand Prix. That's exciting, right?
It's good to see her back running again, getting back into form. So hopefully we can make the push this summer.
Yeah, and then we have also got gymnastics, which I'm really excited about because we've got this never happens, Whitney.
It's hard to explain how this never happens.
Simone Biles, Gabby Douglas, and last one,
Suni Lee.
Suni Lee.
We got there.
Yeah, we got there, but that's why
But
you're
that's
here.
why this never happens. I mean, it's a story that I'm very excited to explore this summer as we head into the Olympics. We've never seen the age in women's gymnastics this high. I remember when Svetlana Boginskaya did it, 88, 92, 96, and that was like unheard of. And now we've got 3 former Olympic all-around champions, all from the U.S., all competing, trying to make an Olympic team again. Gabby Douglas is 28. I think that's right.
Defying the odds.
It's so hard to explain. And so that's something that we're definitely going to be doing as a story this summer is talking to some of our local gymnasts. We have so many great gymnasts here in clubs and teams. Like, what is this saying about gymnastics and that age extending? I think it's amazing.
It's going to be one to watch.
When I was in it at 18, you were done.
Yeah.
18.
So LA Grand Prix, Abby Steiner, that's Saturday at 3:00. And then U.S. Classic and Gymnastics, Sunday, 2:00. Oh, by the way, the Preakness Stakes is happening as well. So a lot going on, folks. It's never boring in the sports world. All right, that is it for Whitney Harding, Joe Nugent. I'm David DeGuzman. Enjoy the weekend, folks.